Hi there, I'm Jamie Shibley from The Expressory. I want to talk about another missed opportunity for growing your business, especially knowing that our businesses are built on relationships. So this is a growth trap we call missed moments. It's when you're not taking the time to listen closely enough for life's moments in conversation with others. And no, I'm not talking about the big, obvious milestones your clients might make headlines out of. I'm talking about the small, personal updates that are usually offhand mentions in conversation, like a daughter starting a business, a son applying to college, a season of burnout, or even just feeling proud of something they accomplished. These moments fly under the radar all the time. And when you miss them, you miss an opportunity to show that you truly care. Clients won't always offer personal updates in formal ways. They don't just walk in and say, hey, we should remember to talk about my upcoming Mediterranean cruise. But in casual conversations, when they feel relaxed and heard, that's when the real insights drop. And when you catch them, and when you follow up on something they once mentioned, that's where the trust deepens. That's where loyalty builds. And that's where referrals come from. Now, honestly, listening is a skill, especially in today's phone-obsessed culture. In our work, we call this moment mining. It's the art of listening for cues that reveal what's happening in a client's world and responding with thoughtful follow-ups. It starts with how you show up in conversations. Are you asking deeper questions and listening for facts? Are you tuned into feeling? These skills make a difference. So here are a few examples of what you could be listening for. When a client mentions they're feeling tired or burned out, that's a signal to offer care. When they share their kid just graduated, well, that's a milestone you can acknowledge. When they light up talking about a trip they took, that's a door for you to celebrate it. When they vent about a tough season, that's another window for support. These moments don't come with blinking neon signs, but they are valuable invitations to respond in ways that show you're truly paying attention. All right. So what can you do with the insights you hear? Once you've spotted a moment, don't just write it down and hope you remember. The real power comes when you can act on it in real time. And that's why we recommend building a simple catalog of ways to acknowledge the different type of moments that you might hear. That way, you're never stuck wondering what to do next, because we know that's when you skip it, thinking you'll come back to it later. If someone shares a personal win or a challenge, I want you to already know these things. I want you to know who handles the written note in your office. What are the selection of articles, podcasts, books that you've curated that might relate or be helpful to these identified moments? The selection of small gifts and messages you could send that could be related to the identified moment should also be documented. This is the kind of preparation that turns listening into action and action into loyalty. Now, when someone shares a moment that matters, you can follow up right then with care and intention. And that's when you become unforgettable. And here's the kicker. These emotional wins are growth opportunities. What may surprise you is how many more cues come to light when you start acknowledging the initial moments. So here's the challenge I want to give you. In your next client conversation, don't just stick to the agenda. Ask one or two questions that go a layer deeper. You can ask things like, what's something you've really enjoyed this month? What are you celebrating right now? Even something small. And what's something that's been unexpectedly challenging, right? Then write down the answer and keep a simple list or a tracker of the moments you uncover, not just facts, feelings, milestones, energy shifts. Those all lead to touch points that can open doors. Take what you've heard and review your catalog of thoughtful ways to respond. And now you've got a real-time relationship building system that works. Because people don't always remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. And when you become known as the advisor who listens closely, follows up thoughtfully, and shows up when it matters, that's what sets you apart. That's when people tell their friends. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. And if you found this helpful, shoot me a message and I'll share some of the resources we have for listening.